Hey guys, good to see you again. I'm back. Well, in the woods, that is. I'm at a new location this time. I literally just looked at Google Maps, drove here about 2.5 hours, parked my car, or drove on a Forest Service road, parked my car because there was a big bank of snow that I couldn't get across, and hiked right in here. So I'm in the thick of it now. So sorry about the wind, it's a little windy. Weather today is going to be a mixed bag of, overcast, a bit of blue sky I can see. It just snowed a little bit, so I'll be setting up my shelter for that. Rain and snow tonight. But now I'm going to venture around. There's a lake nearby, and try and find a suitable place to set up camp. Let's do it. I found a trail, but the snow is awfully deep here. I did bring my snowshoes, but I left them in the car because the snow is very patchy. And figured it would just be more annoying than anything to bring them. But I do need them now if I wanted to continue down this trail. So I think I might backtrack, go around the other way. See if you can see that. Right here it's not bad, it's about ankle, shin deep. But up there it's up to my knees. Well, let's go back. Well, I'm gonna drop my pack and hike downhill. I'll show you just down there. It looks like there's a flat part down there just on the lake. My worry is that it's gonna be too windy. And that's bad for a couple reasons. Mainly filmmaking, because I don't have a wind block on my mic. And the last thing I want is for, you guys to have your ears blown out by the wind. For those of you that use headphones, and you're probably getting a bit of it right now too, so let's check it out anyway. Well, this spot's pretty good. It's pretty good indeed. It is a bit windy, but the only thing is, look, yeah, there's a nice fire pit, but I almost don't even want to stay here because of all the trash. It's pretty annoying, pretty disgusting here. Yeah, I'm tempted to just move on and get away from all this. This is gross. Ugh. Well, back at square one, I suppose. This is where I started. I've been looking around for a little bit, and other than that perfect place with all the garbage, there isn't much in terms of flat spots. So where I started, it's quite flat here. My only concern is it's kind of near a trail, kind of near the trail, so I'm hoping this isn't a popular place, because I really don't want to have to move. Because I'd like to get away from everybody, get some solitude, go out to the thick of it. But as it stands now, I'm in the thick of it, alone. Nobody else is here. And that might have to have something to do with the frozen lake. Or the fact that it looks like even trucks were having a hard time getting in here. Because I could see tracks of them turning around and going back. Beautiful warm sun. It's the spring sun. During the day it's awfully warm. Okay. I might do another small radius around here, maybe go up the hill a ways, check up there, but as it stands now, this is where I'm going to stay. This is home for tonight. Oh man. This is a good spot right here. to set up my bedding, my shelter. I've got my two trees here where I can put a crossbeam. So I'm just gonna, I guess, kick all these needles away. You hear the ravens? That's a good sign. Probably one of my favorite birds, ravens. I just don't want to puncture my my air mattress. Although I will have my bivy sack, so that'll help. And there's a fallen down log just over here. So, looks like I got everything I need. Except for the wind, of course. That's going to be annoying. Testing out a new saw this time. It's a bit bigger. It's a Corona RS7265. I don't know if that's the production code or what, but I've tried these out before. They're quite decent. We'll see how long they last me, or how long it lasts me. Nice small dead standing right here. Might use it for wood, might use it for a crossbeam. We shall see. Ow! This looks a bit... I was gonna say it looks a bit heavy, but I figure if I cut part of this off, use the rest for firewood. If you ever run into a situation where your saw gets pinched in the wood, just make another cut right next to it and maybe do it on an angle so it's like a V-notch, or like a V-notch. That way you free up space for it. Like there. Probably good now. Probably could have sawed it a bit more, but hey. Whatever, you know. Sometimes it's whatever. Oh, that's good smelling wood. This will burn nicely, I think. But actually, I'm gonna use that for the crossbeam, or for the part of the shelter, anyway. Rid of these branches. Yeah, I think I'll use this as my ridge pole. It's long, small, but sturdy enough. One thing I consider when I set this kind of shelter up, you've seen it before, is obviously if anything's going to fall, or if there's, you know, a ton of trees around with a lot of snow load on the branches, or just the potential of the branches to fall, which there really isn't a whole lot above me. You do want to get tougher pieces for, like this is pretty small. I've got a good piece for the cross beam, but the ridge pole is that thing will. I could probably snap part of it off just with my bare hands, at least the very end there. So, but I'm not too worried about it. There's a saying in woodworking or carpentry to measure twice and cut once, and there's nothing more annoying than cutting something way too short. So let's measure. Let us measure. So I need to cut that other piece about this long. About that long. There we go. I've got it a bit lower because the wind is swirling, so I can't really tell what the prevailing wind direction is. And in the event that it does start coming this way, well, as it is now, having the tarp slanted this way would just be a big wind tunnel for me, so that wouldn't be good. In the event that this wind continues to come from that direction, I can just put the tarp down like a wall. I may need to lower this a bit, but and then sort of have an awning, sort of C formation, or I don't know what you would call it, but just enough protection from the back and the top. All right. Good thing about this this ground is you can really poke into it. There we go. Yeah, something like that. I'll need to shave off all these pokers. That's the idea. And it looks like possible rain coming in, so I'm going to get this set up, I think. Well, that's a bit of a relief. It's snowing, not raining. Which is much preferred. It's weird, it doesn't feel cold enough to be snowing, but I am moving around quite a bit, so it's probably a lot colder than it feels. It's supposed to be spring. I am pretty high up in elevation, so I can't say I'm completely surprised. Well, I guess now I'm going to try and find a good place to set up the fire and then start collecting wood. I've already collected a decent, well, not a decent amount, but an amount. Okay, an amount. An amount. We'll add to it. We shall add to it. You can count on that. You know, most of my research in trying to find a new location is on Google Maps, as I've mentioned before. But that's tricky, you know. Certainly it helps. By George, it helps. But you just by looking at the terrain, you know, thousands of feet up, that tells you nothing about the elevation, how much incline there is. I mean, you can do the little control and scroll, and then you can kind of see like where the hills are with the newer versions of Google Maps. But again, that doesn't tell you much. It doesn't tell you about the shrubs, how thick the shrubbery is. Obviously, it doesn't tell you the conditions, you know, whether there's snow up to your ankles or up to your hips. So it's really, you know, you're taking a risk when you navigate like that, or you plan like that, but it also adds to a little excitement as well. It doesn't tell you how busy it is either, and I think I just heard a truck go by. So we'll have to stay quiet and keep clear of the troublemakers. They're probably the ones leaving all this trash around. There is trash everywhere. Everywhere where I look, there's pieces of paper. I'm just lucky I haven't stepped in human poo yet. Because you better believe people don't follow the rules out here. Alright, let's find a good place for a fire. Well, I think I found a good place for the fire. Got a nice rock to sit down here. Maybe just have it right here. Let's get rid of some of this this material here. Get down to the dirt. I'll just gather some rocks and away we go. There's some over here. Ravens are going nuts over there. Ow! More wood is needed. Careful not to bend the blade. Oh yeah. There we go. Really noticing the difference a curved blade makes. You really feel it on the pullback. You can feel just the full blade getting a cut, which is makes it easier. Makes it easier. You don't have to put as much force if you don't want to, and it still cuts fine. So far so good. We'll see if I'm saying that a few months from now, because I think this is, I mean, it looks like it's not a silky, let's put it that way. So we'll see how long it lasts, see how long the blade lasts. It looks like you can replace the blade, but the blade's probably just as much or almost as much as the whole thing itself, so probably not much point in replacing it. This is what I got so far. It's a decent pile of wood, I suppose. As you can see, the fire pit is set up, and I've also got the tarp set up as well. It's a little bit uneven, but it should do the trick. I'm not too worried about it. I am worried a little bit about the wind. Every time it picks up, it's coming from the open side, so I might have to adjust that. I'm not too worried, it's just one night. The only thing that worries me is if it comes down to snow or rain and the wind's blowing the snow and rain into my bedding, which has happened to me before. But we're pretty set up here. Pretty much done. I would like to get the fire going. Time is 5:15. I've got maybe an hour and a half left of daylight. Sun will be behind the mountains in about half an hour, I think, maybe an hour. So I got some time here. I might actually get the fire going in a few minutes, because I do have some soup that I wouldn't mind eating. Yeah, this place, it's nice for this time of year, but I can tell in the summertime this place probably just comes alive with hooligans. As it stands already, 2 trucks have gone by. It might have been the same one. I hope they leave my car alone. But yeah, we're sitting pretty now. Sitting pretty. I'd like some soup and some coffee. Maybe some coffee and soup. Maybe a little bit of coffee inside my soup. Either way, let's get this fire going, shall we? Let's get it going, eh? Let's get it going, eh? Just a bit of laundry lint. And some pine cones. Oh, and the sun comes out just in time. Well, I hope that was enough little twigs. Probably should have got more, but it seems to be going good now. Maybe not. Alright, I'm gonna go get some more twigs. Let's try that again, shall we? I think I got it now. Ooh, let's get that out of the way. Well, there's a lesson. Make sure you have a better bundle of twigs. A more substantial bundle of twigs. Water is boiled. Not a moment too soon because I need some coffee. Some of that coffee. Oh yeah. Save some for tomorrow there, Nige. You know? Alright. Let's get this boiling again, and the boiling will allow the grains to just sink to the bottom, and we got coffee. Go. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's coffee right there. There is nothing. There is few things better than the smell of coffee in the woods next to a campfire while it's snowing, sitting on a rock. Oh yeah, that's hot. You know, a good principle to remember when setting out on a camping trip or some sort of survival thing, whatever it may be. It's good practice to pack everything, not only so you remember where it is, so pack everything in a uniform fashion, so every time you go out, pack everything in the same spot. And pack things kind of on the outer pockets of your backpack or whatever you have that you're going to need in the event of an emergency. So stuff like a headlamp, fire stuff, first aid kit for sure. Anything that you'll need on a moment's notice or in the event that things go awry. That way you're not fishing around, rifling through all your stuff, trying to find stuff. If it's an emergency, you never you want to cut out all that time that you might have to use looking around your bag for stuff. Even on your person, put things that you'll need on your in pockets. What am I trying to say? In pockets that you'll remember they're in. So. Stuff like a toque, always have it in your left pocket or something like that if you're wearing cargo pants. Lighter or whatever, have that in you know, the same pocket every time. And stuff that will save your life, like fire starting stuff, you probably want to keep that on you. Things like a knife, in my case bear spray, you always want to have that on you because it's useless if you don't have it with you. So. Like I did earlier, I put my pack down just to look around. Well, I had my knife, I had my fire striker, I had my bear spray on me just in case I lost my pack. It's a good practice. It's actually something I learned in the military, so obviously there's nobody coming out to shoot me here, but nevertheless, there's always a chance of things going wrong, and it's best to eliminate all variables that might go against you. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, and there's the shiver down the spine. That's half the pleasure right there. Goodness gracious me. A hot drink, God help us. Yeah, packing things the same every time will help you. Even, you know, if you get caught at night and you don't have your headlamp on you, or maybe you don't have a headlamp, maybe it's dark out and you don't have any source of light. You can just, you know where things are just by feeling around on your backpack. I love coffee. I never used to drink coffee until I was in the Army. That sleep deprivation, goodness gracious. Coffee was the only thing that kept me going. Now I drink, yeah, I drink it every day, you know. Some say it's addictive, but I don't think so. I just drink three cups a day or something like that. It's not coffee if it's got sugar and cream, am I right? It's got to be black. It's got to be black. It's a bit controversial. It's said that coffee, obviously without sugar and cream, has antioxidants in it, and I'll keep that close to my heart because it makes me think I'm doing something healthy. But I'm not a sweet tooth, so that helps. My idea of a good dessert is a bag of salted peanuts. Or a bag of Doritos. One or the other. Or a big salad. God, I love salad. Those who know me call me a bunny. When I was a kid, I would, after dinner was done, everybody was eating dessert, and I would grab a cucumber and start munching away. Or a big head of lettuce. This is a nice spot. It's a nice spot. It's a shame of all the trash. Just looking around, I can see stuff people have left behind. But I'm glad that nobody else is here, for now anyway. Delicious. Wonderful. I hope the wind hasn't caused you guys too much headache. I need to get a better camera, because I don't have an external mic. It's internal, so it's hard to I gotta put things over the mic to block the wind. I hope it's working well. I'm going to enjoy this delicious coffee and check back with you in a bit. Alright, just whipping up a little chicken noodle. A little chicken noodle. Ah! Right in the eye. Come on, man. Why is it that the smoke always seems to find me? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's a lot of flavor. It's awfully hot. Let's put a little bit of water. Let's bring it down a few notches. Down in temperature. This is just a little appetizer for dinner. Oh boy. I can't wait for dinner. It's up there with one of the most delicious camping meals I've ever had. And I have made it before, but never alone. The sun is pretty much down beyond the mountains, and it's stopped snowing. It snows every half hour. The snow starts coming down again. It's pretty fun. I'm going to enjoy this and check back with you again in a bit. Ah! Oh, darkness is coming. And it's getting a bit nippy. Oh boy. I'm excited for dinner. Tonight we have chicken rigatoni, otherwise known as chicken riggies. I've had it once before, out in the woods, but that was with a couple scallywags. This time I'm doing it alone, and I can't wait. I'm still a little bit satisfied from that chicken noodle, so maybe within the hour. Whoa! Within the hour, or in an hour, I'll get it going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to prepare dinner. So again, chicken riggies, chicken rigatoni. We got the chicken here, it's chicken thighs. Oh, sorry, ran out of space on my SD card. That's alright, it's it's snowing. It's snowing just a little bit. So we got the chicken in the pot there. And let's get a little butter in there. Not too much, just a little bit. Oh, and let's get the onion in there right away as well. this red onion.
Going in. Get in. Good.
Okay. So there it is. It's a little light. Hard to see, but there it is. Let's get that on the fire.
There we go. How are we doing here?
Well, that's a lot of butter. Let that sit for a bit. Folks, we are sitting pretty. We are looking good. Next, we will put in the olives, black olives. A crucial ingredient. Why? Because black olives are amazing. Okay. Chicken is nicely cooked. Next ingredient would be the cherry peppers. Now these aren't sweet cherry peppers, these are these are hot cherry peppers. And so I figure, let's get those in now. Let's get those in now. You know, let's let the spices sort of permeate the entire dish. Oh. Let's cook them up a little bit, maybe dampen the flavor, which is a good thing, by the way. Whoa. Because these cherry peppers are like cherry bombs. Ow, my eye. Oh, boy. Right in the face. Hey? Oh. We'll mix those in a little bit. You know, let those essential flavors seep in. Oh, we dropped one. Let's get that in the fire. This could be deadly. And let's cook those for... It's snowing a little bit. It's snowing just a tad. Okay, guys.
Oh boy.
Whoa. The next ingredient is the noodles. Because they gotta be warmed up a bit. There they go. Running out of space. I tried to dial back the ingredients this time, because last time I ran out of space quite quickly. This pot's not very big. Now, obviously, I pre-made the noodles, and I mean the reason for that is I only have one pot, so. And it saves a ton of time. Well, 8 minutes, really, because you can make noodles in 8 minutes, according to the instructions. But it does save time. It saves having to buy another pot. Good Lord. It's snowing a little bit. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but I'm getting snowed on here. It is, what is it, April 7th? April 6th, 7th? Now I am up in the mountains, so I guess that's the normal way up here. And to be honest, it's nice. I love winter camping, as you all know, and any way we can extend that, let's do it. Let's do it. Now the next ingredient is the key ingredient. Without this ingredient, the entire dish is simply just a random collection of ingredients that doesn't make any sense to anybody. But this next ingredient will make sense of it all. And it's coming up next. Next ingredient is the most important. And it's not, I don't know if you can see that, Italian zesty lime dressing, as it says on the label. But a side note, I would highly recommend, if you haven't tried that dressing, try it. It's great. Anyways, this is tomato sauce and heavy cream. And that's going to go right in. That is going to go right in. Oh, ow. Oh. Okay, well, we're not going to put the whole thing in. Maybe save a little bit. Oh boy. Goodness gracious. You know what, let's put the final ingredient that we're going to put in this thing, and that's the green peppers. And we are just about out of real estate, but that's great because that was the last ingredient. Okay, we're almost done, folks. Let's get the lid on. Let's wait a little bit. Oh boy. Are we done? Oh man. Oh, I think we're ready. We're boiling, that's for sure. Oh, goodness gracious me. Am I going to be able to finish this? Time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Oh boy. It's time to eat, folks. Sweet Mary and Joseph. That looks great. Okay. Oh boy. Sweet nectar. Let's try a noodle. Just a noodle. Oh. Slap me in the face and call me Nigel. Mmm. Good Lord. That's better than the last one. Mmm. Ow. Ah. This is a pot of fire. Oh, let's try some of this chicken. Chicken thighs, folks. Definitely more flavor, in my opinion, with chicken thighs. But to each his own. Oh. Goodness gracious. Oh, please. Not right now. Smoke. Go the other way. Don't ruin this for me. No. Mmm. Oh. Get out. Go. Go east. East. I gotta give props to my man, Senor Poza. Because I didn't even know this dish existed until he introduced it to us peasants. Come on, man. Alright. Let's put that on the ground, gently, safely. And of course, the finest bubbly, it's Holsten. It is a Maibach. And of course, the Grand Cellar is the German purity law of 1516. No preservatives, none of that crap. This is the purest of the purest. And that's, you know where this is going? Straight down my throat. Prost. Oh. Good Lord. Well, this is a meal and a half. It's quite the process. There's a lot of ingredients, but it really isn't that hard to make. And I'm telling you, if you haven't had this before, it really just opens a new realm of reality. It activates new taste buds that you thought you never had. In fact, clinically, I don't know if you know this, but after you taste this dish, your mind is actually open to a new realm. It's clinically proven. I don't know much about psychology or anything like that, but hey, if the doctors say so, I believe. I agree. I almost need a spoon for this. Oh, I'd kill for a freaking backrest right now. Oh. Get out of here, smoke. Go east. Oh. I gotta lean back a bit here. I'm under attack. Okay. Whoa. Winds of the west, rescue me. Blow east. Okay. Okay, winds of the east, blow west. Into the camera. Good. Go that way. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I've said this before, but I believe this is the best meal I've ever had in the woods. Oh. Mouth is on fire. But my stomach is resilient. This beer is 1 degree from being ice. Excuse me. Delicious. This is unbelievably delicious. This is like restaurant. You know, you'd spend $40 on something like this in a restaurant. Guys, leave me to my my device here, my devices. I promise I'll check back with you in a bit. Just give me some time alone with this dish, will you? I appreciate it. I'll see you in a bit. Well, it's been like an hour or so, maybe a couple hours since I last checked in. And that meal's still sitting heavy, you know. It's weighed me down a little bit. But I've just been chilling next to the fire, keeping it going. But it's late. It's awfully late. I think I'm going to head to bed soon. The weather is shaping up. No more wind, no more snow. Oh. Yep. It's bedtime. Bedtime, bedtime. So, I'm going to tend to the fire, let it die down a bit, and then check back with you when I'm snuggled into my sleeping satchel. And that's where I'll see you next. Well, here we are. In our little cocoon, in our little shelter, and we are comfortable. We are very comfortable. The tarp is a little saggy, but it should be okay. My stomach is full. And I am drowsy. It's quite late. I stayed up next to the fire for quite a while after the meal. Anyways, it's time for me to just conk out. Shut my eyes and say hello to morning. So, guys, just wait a few seconds and you'll see me in the morning. A couple more seconds and it'll be morning for you guys, alright? Just hang tight. Until then, good night. Oh, good night. Oh boy. Oh. Good morning. Good to see you again. Oh. Well, that was an awesome sleep. I haven't slept that well out here in quite a while. It was a very comfortable sleep. The ground is awfully soft, making it hard to get up and at 'em. I think what I'll do now is see how we're doing for time, and then depending on that, make some coffee and start packing up. Oh. It's overcast right now. Hopefully it doesn't come on to rain. It feels a bit warmer than it was yesterday. Dang it. Starting to bleed on my finger a bit here. Yeah, I did bring my stove. Usually when I go to new locations, I bring more than I have to. Just for that extra level of comfort and preparation. Come on. There we go. Finally. A little bit of chicken noodle broth in there, but that's alright. Let's wait for that to boil. Excuse me. Coffee's ready. Beautiful birds. Some dirt on the side. Oh, it's just coffee grinds. Oh. As I said, slept pretty well last night. Actually, really well. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I get the craziest dreams out here. So vivid and... wow. Just one after another. I guess because I'm not sleeping deep the entire night. I'm just slipping in and out. Dreams have always fascinated me. Because some of them are so random and bizarre, but some of them seem like they mean something almost. At least I like to think so. I don't think I'm going to bother with breakfast. I got oatmeal with me, but just grab something on the way home, I think. Not a big breakfast fan anyway. Of course, it does lend to a good energy boost for the pack up and hike out. Sure hope this rain or whatever holds off. Hard to tell how cold it is. I'd love to get one of those watches with the thermometer on it. An expensive one though, not the cheap ones. That would be nice. Well, I'm basically all packed up. I'm ready to go. But there's one last thing that I must do. One final thing before I go. Oh boy. Ugh. Underwear. Just doing my morning chores. That's all. There is a bunch of metal in here. It looks pretty sharp. I don't want to risk cutting myself on the rust. But mainly concerned about all this plastic. Get that out. Oh my goodness. Really? Batteries? Hopefully they're not gonna explode. Oh, don't touch that. That is toilet paper, and who knows what that has touched. Alright, that's most of it. There's a bunch deep rooted in the fire pit there in the ash, but I don't want to dig around in there. There's sharp glass and metal. Well, I know this is a drop in the bucket because there is trash all around here, but it's something. At the very least, it's spreading the gospel, the good news of leaving with everything that you came in with. The good news of being clean and happy. There we go. Well, guys, I'm about ready to leave here. Got my bag of goodies, trash, and my useless fishing pole. This was a great one, you know. Great sleep, great food, and always good times with you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching. And spring is coming. I know that winter was showing its beautiful face again, but these are the dying throes of a diminishing winter. So spring camping is to come. I hope you guys will join me for some wonderful excursions, likely across BC in the next coming weeks and months. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you think of everything in the comments, as always. And I'll see you on the next one. And hit that subscribe button as well. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.